Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, respected dignitaries, and our friends from the media present here today. A very warm welcome to you all. FI India and HI has been a leading food ingredient and health ingredient exhibition globally. Both the regional and the international food professionals use this event to learn about new product developments, meet new business prospects, and to launch the product and gain a competitive advantage in this fastest growing marketplace in the world. ProPak India is a leading processing and a packaging trade event for food, drink, pharma, cosmetic, and consumer products, bringing in the exhibiting companies and the buyers from around the world. The 2 day of a virtual expo will feature a Power Pack conference where all the stakeholders from the industry, government bodies, officials, industry experts, and the leading speakers will come together to discuss the latest developments in the industry. As we reinforce all our energies back to initiating business even in these difficult times, we would like to invite all our dignitaries for a lamp lighting ceremony, which will be followed by Informa Market corporate video.
पुरुषाय विद्महे वक्रतुण्डाय धीमहि तन्नो दन्ति प्रचोदयात्
At Informa Markets, right conversations enable rewarding market connections. Informa Markets.
Thank you, dignitaries. I would now like to call upon Mr. Yogesh Mudras, Managing Director, Informa Markets India Private Limited, to address the attendees with his welcome note.
Very good morning, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of Informa Markets in India, I'm pleased to welcome you all to the second edition of FI India and HR and the ProPak India Virtual Expos. Please join me in welcoming our guest of honor, Shri Muthumaran, Director FSSAI, who will be giving a keynote address. The Indian economy has been bracing the evolving impacts of the second wave of COVID-19. And with unlock in phases, businesses and workplaces are currently at a critical point in their journey to recovery. While more and more consumers are investing in health and wellness products more than ever before, there has been an overall shift towards value-based buying. Moreover, with the change in eating patterns and consumption of nutritious food to keep the immunity intact, we foresee health, nutritional, and immunity foods to witness a boom in the coming years. Alongside that, food and pharma packaging is also gaining more attention with fight to defeat COVID-19 to affect packaging choices. The Government of India's Atmanirbharta scheme for agriculture is splendid vision which can provide food security and safety to the nation in an uncertain world order. The objective to host this FI India and HI and ProPak India shows in this virtual avatar is to offer an international showcase of food processing and packaging technology and food and health ingredients.
Thank you, Yogesh. May I request all to join me in inviting Shri P. Muthumaran, Director, Food Safety and Standard Authorities of India, to deliver his keynote address on Eat Right Movement and Opportunities for New Ingredients. Over to you, Muthumaran ji.
Good morning, friends. Welcome you all to FI India and HI Virtual Expo. Glad to meet and thank the organizers for having me provided this opportunity for addressing you all on this inaugural function. You all know FSSAI has brought out regulations on the procedures to conduct the business and the standards for ensuring safe and nutritious food for the consumers. There are 21 such regulations directly impacting the food business in the processing of food put in place out of 24 regulations in force. However, the complaints needs voluntary acceptance by the food business organizations than policing them. This is what the paradigm shift we have made in this Food Safety Standard Act and FSSAI's operationalization, which is different from this Prevention of Food Adulteration Act. Also, we focus on the consumers that they should also be made aware of the safe and nutritious food so that they make right choice. That's one of the reason our salutation logo is bearing the wordings that we stand for ensuring that the consumers are getting that assurance that safe and nutritious food are provided FSSAI supervises such, or FSSAI is overseeing all these food business operators' way of conducting businesses. So for this, FSSAI started to work on three-way partnership with the FBOs and consumers, that is the regulator, the food business operators, and the consumers should work in a three-way partnership with each other and cooperate in such a way that the objective of safe and nutritious food availability is ensured. You know that FSSAI as a responsible regulator put forth all these regulations and regularly consults the stakeholders and periodically reviews its regulations in consultation, and whenever there are new regulations are brought out, these are all published and responses are solicited before making it as a final draft and notify, final regulation and notify it, not as a draft, final, even draft is notified, after which the final is notified, taking into the consideration the suggestions given by the stakeholders. So, FSSAI tries to act as a responsible regulator, so that whatever we bring out in the regulatory arena as a regulator across the country, as a one nation, one food law approach, food safety environment which we create, so everybody should comply with that. That's what the ultimate objective. The food business operator should have the confidence that compliance is not a problem for them. They are willing to comply voluntarily. That's one of the approach FSSAI works with as a responsible regulator. On the other hand, the FBOs should voluntarily comply. For this, they need to understand the regulations. For this, we provide the capacity building programs like 4-star food safety training and certification, in which the food business entrepreneurs, the food handlers, all are trained and certified by FSSAI itself through its training partners and trainers who are all listed by FSSAI after due consideration, and the training partners are taking the trainers who are all assessed and approved by FSSAI. So that this postdoc programs produces a healthy environment in which the food handlers are trained and the capacity is created, so that safe and nutritious food are produced and rolled out of the food business organizations. So when both regulator and the food business operators are working together, we need to understand that this is meant for the consumers. So the consumers should know by looking at the label what is the ingredient in that, whether it is safe or not. For that only we put the logo of FSSAI, license number, that the food business operators are properly licensed by FSSAI, and whatever they produce are prima facie in compliance with the safety, food safety standards and hygiene practices. Apart from that, the nutrition mentioned in the label are all in accordance with the stipulations and safety standards put forth FSSAI. So the consumer should be able to understand what is there in the label. Apart from that, they should know what is their requirement, because not all the consumers require the same kind of nutritional requirements. So they should know what is the in content and what is the right thing for them in the better interest of his health, and he should make a healthy choice. So for this, FSSAI has created awareness programs. So what we did in the initial period, we have created programs like safe and nutritious, SNF they used to be called, safe and nutritious food program for schools, workplaces, home, and for street food vendors, and for railway station food vendors, so and so. So these were all the some of the initiatives in which the consumer awareness as well as consumer plus food business organizations involvement at various scale were all taken together in an initiative to create outreach environment to the consumers as well as vendors. Apart from that, FSSAI, in order to make ease of doing business environment, we have created two platforms. One is called this earlier FLRS, now it is rechristened as FOSCOS, that is Food Safety Compliance and System. FOSCOS, it is abbreviated as FOSCOS, and now this is the platform in which licenses and registrations are created, which are purely online. It's more simplified, easy to choose the kind of businesses, easy to choose the ingredients which are standardized, non-standardized, that is proprietary category, other than not approved one, because not approved one will not come under this platform, because for that you have to take the separate approval. So whatever the standardized and the standardized products taken together, so that each and every component is standardized, but when it comes into one product, it's a proprietary item. All these things are made easier in the FOSCO system. If you go into the FOSCO system, you'll understand. It is online system. You need not step on the stairs of any FSSAI office, state or central. All the documentations are simplified. This is one way of doing creating ease of doing business. The other one is food import clearance system. Similarly, this is also online system. You need not visit FSSAI. Everything is easily accessible online, providing documents, filing applications, giving clarification, fixing the appointment for sampling at the places where these imported commodity are stacked. So everything is made available in this FIC through FICS system, so that ease of doing business is created. See, that is how this ease of doing business is created in this FSSAI's approach of three-way partnership. And we talked about the consumer awareness program. So these three elements will work in an environment with cordiality. So it needs further assistance also from the intermediate players like the professionals in the food and nutrition. For this, we have created a platform called NetProfan. This has been done subsequent to a new approach called Eat Right India approach, because in the earlier approach of safe and nutritious enough approach, what we have found, there is no systematic integration of all these activities and awareness programs to translate into an outcome of safe and nutritious food adoption by the consumers. That is, it should create a social and behavioral change in the consumers, so that the choice of safe and wholesome food becomes a part of culture. So that's why I say social behavioral change approach. That is, it will become a lifestyle. Taking a right, healthy, wholesome food will become a lifestyle. It has to happen automatically in the subconscious of mind of consumers. It should be embedded. So that's the focus of the new approach called Eat Right India approach. It was launched coinciding with the 150th birth anniversary of the father of nation, Mahatma Gandhiji, and it was launched in Goa. Quite a few of you may be aware, but others, please take note of this Eat Right India approach. Is a system approach encompassing not only safety, hygiene, sustainability of the food components in the food chain. So all these three are encompassed together and in a systematic approach called Eat Right India approach. In this, regulatory, voluntary compliance, awareness of consumers, and the what we call the social responsibility by the food businesses, professionals, and even the consumers. Everybody adopt this social responsibility approach for interwoven environment in which safe and nutritious, wholesome food is made available to the consumer. So this initiative integrates all these things into it, so that the purpose for which FSSAI has created all these regulations are becoming meaningful and gives the ultimate outcome. This Eat Right India is having three pillars. One is called Eat Safe, another one is Eat Right, the third one is Eat Sustainable. Eat Safe focuses on personal and surrounding hygiene and sanitation in the food value chain, combating adulteration, eliminating toxic substances in the food, prevention of hazardous substances like used cooking oil in the food. That focuses, Eat Safe focuses on these aspects. So the Eat Right focuses on balanced diets, diversified diets, elimination of industrial trans fat in the food, and not eating more salt, sugar, and saturated fat, which are causing lifestyle diseases, and eating fortified staples. Apart from eating balanced diet and diversified diet in like fruits and vegetables, sometimes fortification of foods like fortified rice, fortified atta with vitamins, iron, like fortified salt is in usage, and made it salt is mandatorily fortified, are available for a long time. So these are all promoted in the eat right approach. Then the eat sustainable approach, we promote eat locally and seasonally available food, not wasting the food, and you conserving water, using plastic which are recyclable, and wherever possible not using the plastic, and reducing the chemicals in food chain. All are focused on the eat sustainable approach, the third pillar in this Eat Right India approach. So in order to give shape to this, various activities are planned, like what I said, post-act programs. Then we have Eat Right campus program, wherever food is vended in the campuses, where we focus on hygiene rating, auditing, and certifying that. Similarly, RUCO, repurpose of used cooking oil, we promote repurposing of used cooking oil, so that the cheap rate of used cooking oil landing in the roadside vendors who cannot economically afford costly vegetable oils are using this and causing food safety hazard to the consumers, because used cooking oil accumulate total polar compounds. More than 25% total polar component in the cooking oil will cause cancer, carcinogenic substances. These are all some of the initiatives. If you want to go through the entire government of initiatives, I have to talk to you for more than 1-2 hours. So I give a snapshot of what FSSAI is doing is that we have an approach called Eat Right India approach, in which we focus on integrating regulatory, voluntary complaints, and consumer awareness together, and implementing and giving life to these objectives through various initiatives and activities, which you may please go through. So how we use the food ingredient or health ingredient, health supplements, marketers, people will get benefit out of these things, you may ask. So that's what I said. FSSAI's regulations provide lot of opportunities to you to make use of, to innovate new way of doing business with new variants of and mixes of ingredients for the manufacturers, for business manufacturers or processors, or you can create opportunity to create and invent new kind of food also. Say, for example, I will say fortified food, fortified regulation, food fortification regulation. If you go into that, initially we were having standards for 5 staples. Now we have added more also. So now prepared food also, like bakery and other items. So you can think into how the food ingredients mean for this particular manufacturing, food manufacturing businesses you can bring out, and how innovative way of mixes you can bring out, how innovative way they can be packaged into a food and made available to the consumers. In some way it is beneficial to the businesses and the consumers. So this is one regulation. Another one is nutraceutical regulation. If you go into the schedules of nutraceutical regulation, you will come to know a gamut of ingredients that are available. These can be, not all the ingredients are totally made available in the market and fully exploited commercially in the better interest of consumers as well as food business operators. For example, the schedule 4 of nutraceutical regulation is containing 425 botanicals which are of our traditional wisdom, and many of them have been used on day-to-day purpose. This can be packaged in such a way they can be used as uh, used as ingredient, diversified variety of new ingredients that you can make available, because in COVID-19 situation people want mostly the botanicals, that medicinal plant having medicinal value or immunity boosters. These have immunity boosters, so people prefer this. So not in all the urban area they are available in its natural form like in villages. So you can make available by packaging it and to the processor as well as directly to the consumer. Now of late we have come out with a regulation, draft notified, you might have seen recently. It's called Ayurvedic Ahar. If you go to that, the all Ayurvedic texts available in India in the compilations form, nearly 68 such compilations are mentioned in the schedule 1, where you can find that all these things are now throwing out a huge potential for the food business operators to come out with an innovative food ingredients or health ingredients or new food varieties. So I request you all to make use of and avail the opportunity, innovate. On the other hand, please voluntarily comply with the requirements of FSSAI as per these regulations specifications to create a healthy environment where you need not fear for the regulators, as we are looking at the food business operators as stakeholders only, not as just business entities. So we want you to partner with us in promoting the safe and nutritious food which are wholesome, so that the consumers enjoy it for healthy life to the end of happy living. Thank you very much. Wish you all the best. Bye.
Thank you, Muthumaran sir, for your words of enlightenment. I'm sure this would create a lot of opportunities for our ingredients manufacturers. Now I would like to welcome Mr. Rahul Deshpande, Group Director, Ingredients Portfolio, Informa Markets in India, to deliver a vote of thanks.
Good morning, esteemed dignitaries, industry colleagues, exhibitors, our friends from the media, and all our online audience today. I'm extremely grateful to all of you for taking time out of your busy schedules to join the inaugural ceremony of the second edition of FI India, HR India, and ProPak Virtual Expo. This virtual expo promises to provide all the business networking opportunities that you are used to as part of the physical expo without the requirement to be physically present at the exhibition venue. A world-class web-based platform ensures you get to see all the products virtually, as well as speak to exhibitors through one-to-one audio and video calls. I would encourage everyone to visit the conference hall and check out the sessions, panel discussions as per the timings given in the agenda. Please do also visit the exhibition hall and the respective booth to interact with the brands on the floor. We have some leading brands such as Azilis, Hexagon, Mespac, Mental, and Mitsubishi, among others, exhibiting today. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to our representatives at the information desk. Also, do give your valuable feedback to us. With this, we have come to the end of our inaugural ceremony. I would like to wish you all a great time at the virtual expo, and thank you so much.
Thank you, Rahul. Before we conclude the inauguration ceremony and officially commence the show, we would like to emphatically share that Informa Markets in India owes the success of this virtual expo to our exhibitors, our industry partners, and our loyal visitors who have not only supported us over the years and have validated the event as a leading industry event. Wishing you all exhibitors and visitors an incomparable experience and a successful show. Thank you once again.
We all have our routines. The beauty regime. The favourite clothes. Those daily rituals that seem ordinary to others. Each rely on very different thinking and ideas that enrich our everyday lives. For every imaginable audience, anywhere in the world. With Azelis, you can expect routine innovation. It's just what we do. We make the ordinary extraordinary every day. Our local expertise provides a global foundation that combines with a deep social conscience, ethical values, and thirst for innovation to make us an award-winning global specialty chemicals and food ingredient innovation service provider. So together, with our suppliers and customers, we can make a difference to people everywhere. The spirit of Azelis lies in the passion of our people. Innovation through formulation.
We work with a mission of nourishing healthy lives globally, backed by the vision of Quantum Leap for sustainable growth and striving for excellence and values, to fostering corporate culture with enhancement of creativity and integrity. Hexagon Nutrition has been providing reliable services to the customers with continuous innovation and solutions. We have always been front runners in providing solutions to varied segments of nutrition, like clinical nutrition, wellness nutrition, micronutrient premixes, and therapeutic foods. Having presence in over 72 countries, we make in India and market across the world. Hexagon Nutrition has received multiple awards and recognitions, namely Export Excellence Award by Ministry of Commerce and Industry, Government of India, the Best Healthcare Brand 2016 by the Economic Times, Clinical Nutrition Brand of the Year 2016 by CIMS. Quality is our commitment, and to deliver on this commitment, we have set up state-of-the-art manufacturing facilities at 3 different locations: Nashik, Chennai, Tuticorin. Hexagon Nutrition follows strict guidelines and policies to ensure superior quality and accuracy at each step of the value chain, starting right from the procurement of raw materials till the production of finished goods. Hexagon Nutrition has also emerged as a leader in providing unmatched food fortification solutions to domestic and international markets, catering to industries like bakery, staples, dairy, FMCG, beverages, edible oil, and everyday cereals and nutrition drink supplements. We take pride in serving the bottom of the pyramid through innovative solutions like ready-to-use therapeutic and supplementary food. These products specially cater to severe to moderately acute malnutrition patients through community-based therapeutic care programs serving to several international markets. Hexagon Nutrition, making a positive difference in the global arena of nutrition. Your nutrition partner.
Wherever we operate, in France, in Europe, in the United States, China, or India, Rocket unlocks the potential of nature to better serve food, nutrition, and health markets.
Because nature is at the center of everything we do and everything we want to do.
Rocket promotes and supports good practices and behaviors and draws its strength in the respect of its values of authenticity, excellence, forward-looking, and well-being.
Flavors, they're just everywhere. And when one sources from the best farms across the world, like we do, you can taste the freshness, be it the tart of an orange, the zest of a lemon. All sourced sustainably with a dash of love. At Ultra, we've built a legacy of more than 90 years to craft natural flavors, fragrances, and supercritical fluid extracted oils. The textures of taste that you want at the breakfast table and when you go out to celebrate. A range of flavors and food ingredients to help you heal. Some that surprise you. And some you want your family to share with each other. For us, quality isn't an achievement, but a way of life. From over the farms to your table.
We all have our routines. The beauty regime. The favourite clothes. Those daily rituals that seem ordinary to others. Each rely on very different thinking and ideas that enrich our everyday lives. For every imaginable audience, anywhere in the world. With Azalis, you can expect routine innovation. It's just what we do. We make the ordinary extraordinary every day.